All right, listen, we know it's the holiday season because we got two burner of Saturday games. And I mean that for both of them. We got
Yeah,
the
right.
Eagles and the Commanders are 6.5 point underdogs at home. And it's an interesting spot, I think, if you're the Eagles, because everyone thinks they got right. Everyone looks at what they did against the Raiders. They finally had a complete game. They dominated a team that didn't score and had 75 yards and total offense. They scored a lot of points. Everyone is happy. All is well in Philadelphia right now. And meanwhile, the Commanders, they got right off of their blowout loss to the Vikings. They beat the Giants on the road. They've clearly been inspired by what happened to Patrick Mahomes because they are sitting Jayden Daniels for the rest of the year. So we know it'll be Marcus Mariota. 6.5 point underdogs. Very tricky spot. I think it's a nice primer for what will be the next game as a full afternoon, evening, Saturday watch. No opinion on this game right now.
I do, unfortunately. I'm probably gonna end up being on Washington, but yeah, they did what I thought they were gonna do. We talked, a couple weeks ago where it's like I told you, a bunch of people in the front office were like, "Dude, we do not want Daniels playing anymore. It's a lost season. We don't want him to get hurt and have lingering effects the rest of his career." And sure enough, he came back because he's a competitor and he got hurt again. And it's the right decision. There's just, what are you doing? So for me, Mariota as well, he's been playing better than Daniels was when Daniels did come back. So I'm going to take it. I'm not buying it with the Eagles yet. And this is another great spot for them. This is a horrible defense in Washington, and Hurts should play really well against them. It's just, if this is what I think they are, which is a Super Bowl contending team, this Philadelphia team, they should dominate and blow this team out just like they did the Raiders. They're just so much better than them across the board. And defensively, there are things they can take advantage of Washington with Mariota, but yeah, this is just really a fade on. I'm just not buying yet what the Eagles are putting out there, and this is a good spot for them. So the public, everybody's gonna be hammering this team, like you said. It's a Saturday standalone game. I'm not gonna invest too much in the Commanders. They got away with what it felt like last week, where every little bounce felt like was going their way. Where we've seen it. This Philly team, it's crazy to look at the future market. They're the exact same number as they were last year heading into the playoffs. They're 10-1 right now, Super Bowl odds. So it's kind of funky where the books are kind of telling you they're not as bad, maybe as I'm perceiving, as the public's perceiving them. So, not shocked to see the public coming in on them here. And this number is 6.5 at a couple of books. So if you want the Commanders, go grab it. If you like the Eagles, you might be able to get 5.5. I just think the pros are going to hit this Commanders side. It's exactly what I think. It's like, even if Hurts is figuring it out and much better, there's an avenue for this Commanders team to score points, right? Mariota, a mobile quarterback that tends to give the Eagles problems. So it's a really fun matchup. But like I said, another game where I'm like you, I'm happy to pass on it.
I don't want to pass on the next one. Green Bay Packers, Saturday night, visiting the Chicago Bears. Dude, what a difference 2 weeks makes. When this line opened Sunday night, it was Packers 2.5. You and I both were confused by the number. We both bet into the Bears at plus 2.5. It has now moved to 1.5. I'm surprised that immediately on Sunday, following the Micah Parsons injury and the Christian Watson injury, it hadn't moved the way that it did, the way that it has since then.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like, this was a game 2 weeks ago, by the time it's played in Green Bay, the Bears dominated in the second half, completely dominated this excellent defense with their running game. And if you look back at the throw that Caleb Williams had intercepted in the end zone by Nixon, in which he was trying to get, I think it was to Cole Kmet in the corner of the end zone to tie the game, if he had thrown that ball a step earlier, the tight end is wide open in the back of the end zone. It was the right call. He didn't execute on the play. This Bears team might have gone on to win that game. So now you've got a team that built off that momentum, played perfectly against a terrible team in the Browns, but played perfectly in cold weather. So I'm looking at this and thinking, why don't I just love the Bears even more here?
I
But I
know.
also might just love the Bears. I will say this. It was loud at Soldier Field this past weekend, but I also know that tickets were still pretty cheap. Like, there were diehards who were giving up their tickets to that game because it was too cold. I don't want to see that this weekend. I want people who have their tickets going in, and if they are reselling those tickets, I want those tickets going for 4 figures. Chicago's got to show out for this game.
It's fair of Bears fans to be a little weary of your team, though, Chad. I'll give them that.
So weary.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with this one, buddy. I'm a little worried that your sentiment is what the general public sentiment is. Everyone is kind of loving this opportunity.
I know it's too much. It's too much. It's like with Micah Parsons out and Christian Watson out, everyone and the way they performed in the second half of the Broncos game, everyone is writing them off, saying it's over, and that just feels like too much of an overcorrection.
Yeah, and it's LaFleur off a bad loss. It's just. I was there with you on the Bears, and it really was about the number, though. I just thought 2.5, 3, which was what it opened at, was too much. But I have a pretty good hunch here. I'm going to be investing into this Green Bay side, and it's really about the number. It's not that I don't think the Bears are as good as this Packers team, especially with all the injuries that this Packers team's had. I think the Bears are pretty much equals for them. So this number does feel fair. It's just about the quarterback matchup where Caleb's going to have to make plays and throws in this game. And that's the exact same thing I said about the last time they matched up. And that was why I took my position on the Packers. And it literally played out the exact way I thought, and the sports book. That number held at 6.5 all week on the Packers last time they played. It landed right on 7. It's another one I feel like it's going to be a sharp line. So if you do like the Bears, like me and Chad did, I think Chad still does. The +1.5s, I do think they might disappear because I think professionals and the public might come in on this Bears side just because it's all a negative. They just all the injuries they've sustained. It's just, can they overcome it? I hope I flip maybe by Thursday to this Bears side. We sit here right now. I am leaning towards this Packer side in this matchup.
Look, maybe the professionals and the public will keep coming in, and the number goes from 1.5 to 1 to pick. And then all of a sudden, playing the Packers on the other side is a little bit more interesting.
Honestly, I think if I didn't bet the Bears on Sunday night, we'd be way more into betting Green Bay right now. I'm just holding out hope. I can find something to keep me on the Bears side, but I just feel like I know in my heart of heart, and I think you know too, this is the exact time to jump off this Bears train.
Oh, this is 100% the game where the Bears break all of our hearts.
Yeah.
I have zero expectations of anything otherwise. This has been Sharper Square, part of the Volume Podcast Network. We will be back on Sharper Square, YouTube, and on the audio platforms on Thursday. We'll have our head-to-head battle. We'll do our Brass Balls Bet of the Week. So much more. Watch or listen on YouTube at Sharper Square. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, download us from Spotify, Apple Pods, wherever you get your pods. Rate, review, subscribe, leave us 5 stars. Say whatever you want. Feedback is a gift. Until next time, love you.